Hey everyone, Sarah here. Today I'm super excited to be sharing 3 easy, healthy, affordable vegan dinner ideas that will help to keep you nice and cozy and warm as we head into the colder months. Really bums me out, to be honest, but one redeeming quality about this time of year is that you finally get to start using the oven without it being ridiculously hot inside, and you get to make soups and stews and roasted veggies, all of those nice cozy meals that I love so much. Hopefully you can draw some inspiration from the recipes that I'm about to share. Recipe number 1 is a red lentil stew that I've actually been making for years, since before I was even vegan. You'll need some diced onion, garlic, ginger, jalapeno, red peppers, and some grated or chopped carrot. To flavor it, you'll need lemon, whole and ground cumin, some coriander, veggie broth or bouillon cubes, and of course you'll need lentils. I like to saute everything in this dish with a little bit of coconut oil, but you can also just use water. And I start out by toasting the whole cumin seeds till they're fragrant, and then I toss in my aromatic veggies, and I saute those over medium heat for about 10 minutes. You can add a splash of water if it starts to get dry, and you want everything very caramelized for the deepest flavor. Next, go ahead and add in your spices and a splash of water to combine everything, and then add your red peppers and carrots, your lentils, and your veggie broth. Bring this up to a boil and then lower your heat and cover your pot and let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes until the lentils are very soft. At this point, soup is ready, so just add your fresh lemon juice and serve it. And this goes great with rice or over a bed of fresh greens, as I'm showing here, especially if you add some fresh cilantro. And this is also a recipe that reheats very well if you want to make a bigger batch at the start of your week for your meal prep. Recipe number 2 is quinoa with roasted Brussels sprouts and butternut squash. So preheat your oven to 400 and then start out by slicing your Brussels sprouts very fine. And you can also buy them shredded at most grocery stores. Then you're going to peel your butternut squash and cut it into small cubes. And again, if you don't like cooking that much, you can also buy them pre-cut. Season your Brussels sprouts with a little bit of maple syrup, some salt and pepper, and a splash of balsamic vinegar. And you can also add some herbs if you like. Basil goes really well in this dish. I also like to massage in a little bit of vegan butter or coconut oil, and this just keeps the Brussels sprouts from getting too dark in the oven, and it also adds a nice buttery texture, but it's optional. Now I just spread the Brussels sprouts and the squash on a baking tray, and I bake it for about 30 minutes, and I give it a quick stir at the 10 and 20 minute marks to make sure it all cooks evenly. And while your veggies are baking, you're going to prepare your quinoa. You always want to give it a really good rinse first, and I cook it in veggie broth with some onion and garlic to make it extra savory. You can also throw in a bay leaf. Add your quinoa to boiling broth and then lower it to a simmer, cover it, and let it steam for 15 to 20 minutes without touching it at all, and you're going to have the perfect fluffy quinoa. Now just mix your roasted veggies and your quinoa together and top it with some roasted almonds or whatever your favorite nuts or seeds are. I'm using pumpkin seeds for a little bit of a crunch, and I'm also adding a handful of dried cranberries for some sweetness. This dish really gives me fall vibes. It's so comforting and warm, probably my favorite of the 3 that I'm sharing today. And this last dish is really easy. It's just a roasted vegetable pasta. So preheat your oven to 400 degrees and use any of your favorite veggies. And some of my favorites are red onion, zucchini, and bell peppers. But eggplant and mushrooms are also really good additions. Just chop everything into uniform pieces and add your favorite seasoning. I like this one from Trader Joe's. It has a little bit of everything. And then bake it for about 20 minutes. Give it a stir halfway through to keep it from browning too much on the edges. And in the meantime, cook your favorite pasta. Here I'm experimenting with some brown rice quinoa fusilli, which turned out pretty good. I'd buy it again. And for this dish, I like to cook my pasta in veggie broth for extra flavor. Drain your pasta, toss in the roasted veggies, and then if you add a little bit of vegan butter, it makes this dish taste so good. But I skipped it this time to keep it healthy. Instead, I topped it with some nutritional yeast and some hemp seeds, and these sort of stand in for Parmesan cheese and make the dish more savory. And that's it. Very simple, but full of veggies, and you've got your pasta, so it feels like a true comfort food. That's it for this video. I hope that you enjoyed. If you try one of these recipes, please let me know. I think it's super cool when you guys make things that I share on this channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!